language. Oh, goody. Hello everyone, it is the SLP Peep, and here we are going to be talking about the L in SLP, language. So what is language? Well, language is complex. It's a mode of communication from one person to another, and there's just a lot of rules to it. No matter what language you use, there's a lot of rules to it. It can be verbal, it could be non-verbal, it could be written, it could be spoken, it could be signed. In fact, it could be body language too. Language is its own special form of communication. Language is a system of communication. There's a lot more to go into it. I'm just going through the basics. Now, language has two main parts to it, mainly because in all communication there needs to be two partners. There's the expressive and the receptive side. Now let's dig into the part that most people are familiar with. It's basically what somebody is putting out in space, whether it is spoken, written, or signed, or any other communication modality that I cannot think of right now. Now there are rules that need to be adhered to with expressive language. These rules need to be adhered to in order for my language to be acceptable or appropriate. Such as when talking about myself, I could say something along the lines of, I like to play. The party starts soon, so come home quickly. If these language rules are broken, a few things could happen. One, it could make no sense whatsoever, or the sentence doesn't sound right, but the meaning still gets across. It's just not done well. For example, me like to play. Party starts soon, home quick. The message was the same, the rules were just broken. I'm still expressing myself, but not very well. A supervisor once told me you have to know the rules before you can break the rules. So, learn them first. Now, what is receptive language? Receptive language is a bit trickier. Why is that? Because it is the language being understood. It's the language that a person takes in and what they understand. Basically, it's all in the brain, and whenever the brain is involved, it's always going to be trickier. Does the person understand that when I say put the cup on the table, that the cup needs to go on the table, not next to or under the table? Do they even understand that when I say cup, I don't mean a vase, and the table is a table, not a chair? What exactly are we not understanding here? Because in all honesty, a cup has an opening at the top and a closing at the bottom, and so does a vase. And at the same token, a table has a flat surface on top and legs to hold it up, which, by the way, are we talking about human legs or like the figurative wooden legs? See what I mean by receptive language is tricky? Receptive language is what is being understood, or in other words, the input. There are cases when a person's understanding is pretty on par. Receptive language is good, but what is coming out of that person is a bit subpar. Expressive language is not the best. There are cases where the opposite is true as well. This is where expressive language appears to be normal, but receptive language, not so much. These two situations are called Broca's aphasia and Wernicke's aphasia. Broca is when receptively you got it, expressively it's not so well. Wernicke's is the opposite, where expressively you sound like you're on target for everything, until you realize receptively you're not getting it all in and you actually might not be making any sense, but it sounds really good. This is a pretty quick rundown for language and the joys of language. And this is only two parts of language. the expressive, and the receptive. So the month of July is all about language, and I will let you know that next week, I've been chewing on it a while. Yes, that's a hint for next week. This is the SLP peeps signing off. Till next time, remember to be kind. Bye. And what is... See what I mean? Oh, wow, Rusty. But I needed to do a timestamp. Wow, Rusty. Oh, whoa.